Okay, so our first exercise is what I like to call a rhomboid razor. You're going to have your arms up like this, but have 1 foot forward and 1 foot back for a bit of stability. And you're going to start reaching forward. So as you reach forward, we're kind of massaging the upper back. We're pulling one shoulder blade forward and then back, massaging all those little muscles in between our shoulder blades. And now we're pivoting at the hips. This is where we're channeling Beyonce here. So we're going down, bit of single ladies work. Really reaching, twisting around, and then we're coming back up. And then reaching back. Don't pinch the lower back, just go as far as you can. And then we'll go back down again. So reach, can you get it bigger? Twisting around. So hinging at the hip. Notice I kind of move like that. I want to hinge at the hip. And then coming back. Going up again. And then coming back down. We're going to swap legs, swapping to the other side. Okay. Feet are there, hands are up. So twisting around again. Massaging the thoracic spine, thorax around the spine. So your torso is going around, pivoting at the hips, pushing the hips back. And then okay, no, you don't have to do that. Reaching forward and then reaching up and then reaching back. We'll go back down again, pivoting at the hips. And coming up. One more time, going up. And then coming out. Okay, and then relax the shoulders. So a lot of things we're doing today is all about awareness. So listen to your body. Breathing in and out through the nose always helps because that's going to relax the nervous system. Lips together, teeth apart, jaw is nice and relaxed. And that's going to help us just to keep the nervous system down regulated. When it comes to our spine, if there's any pain, our spine gets, if there's any pain in our spine, our nervous system gets a bit heightened and we want to try and protect our back. We get a bit anxious about it. So relaxing the jaw, helping calm that nervous system. Everything's connected. Grab your TheraBand. You're going to stand on it. So you can stand on about half of it. Doesn't really matter. You're going to just grip here. We want to start strengthening, and we do a lot of strengthening through our side bends and extension. Make sure that you are standing on that band properly, so when you pull it, you're not going to pull it out. Like a bicep grip, but you're not going to bend your arm. We're just going to bend to the left. So lengthening. Think about lengthening through here. The hip stays still, so just lengthening, going all the way down as far as you can. Don't shrug, keep the arm where it is. That's it, and then we'll go again. So we're going to do a few on this side and then we'll swap to the other side. So right now we're just thinking about length. Length and strength. Now what's your head doing? Are you starting to lean over Are you feeling this side shorten? Let's do one more. So aim for about 5 to 10 on each side. If you want to go for a bit longer, you can just pause the video and carry on for a little bit longer. So let's go on to the other side. If you're a bit more efficient than I am, you might have held on to both sides, but it doesn't take much to swap it over. There we go. So going back and forth, and check in as well, is there any twisting? So as you lean, are you pulling forward or backwards? So again, opening up the space, the hip stays where it is, you're not pushing out. That's it, it's different, isn't it? So really focus on that side closing, because if that's closing, then that's lengthening. Good, couple more. Last one. Okay, so the next one with the band is a tricep extension, but it's not a full-on pushing back. You're going to inhale, and then as you exhale, you're pushing back, but you're looking to the left. And when I say look, you're just turning your range of movement. And then inhale, come back. Remember when you inhale, remember from the warm-up, that band around the middle, filling into the front, sides and back of the ribs, sending it down to the pelvic floor as well. So it's inhale, exhale, push, look to the right, and come back. Inhale, exhale, push, in, out. So again, we're checking in. How much range of movement have you got? How far back are your arms moving? Are you getting pain or any tightness through the shoulders? And the reason I say pain, I want you to be aware of pain. Don't go into it. We want to stay on the edge of pain without going in, because we want to keep that nervous system down regulated, and any pain is going to cause stress on the body, so we want to just make sure that that stays outside of pain. Okay, so next we are going to do an archer. So let's have our left foot forward and our left arm up. We're going to pull back and we're going to keep looking forward. So having the band kind of like that, you can double it over if you want to, if it's not strong enough. Left foot forward, left arm forward, pulling back, keeping the elbow up, low off your arms, keeping it up like you're pulling back, ready to fire an arrow. Okay, pulling back. We're starting to work on strengthening, working on stretching out our pec muscles, our chest muscles. Inhale, exhale. What's your elbow doing? Okay, now we'll swap sides. So right foot forward, left foot back. Right arm up in front, pulling back so the elbow stays up. Bring it back up towards your shoulder and then back forward. Pulling back, feeling the shoulder blade move. Good. Exhale, pull. So the body is twisting a little bit, but by looking forward, we're just working on the arm movement and the chest rather than a full rotate. Good. Okay, our next one. So we are doing a band pull with a lunge. So a lunge can be anything from stepping back to lunging all the way to the ground. And what you're going to do is I'll step back with the left foot, lunging back, and then we're rotating round to the right and pulling the band. And then we come back, and then we step back with the right foot, rotating round to the left and pulling the band. Does that make sense? We'll do a few more, so we'll get it right. Stepping back, twist and pull. Feeling a lovely stretch as we rotate round. Stepping back, twist and pull. Shoulders stay relaxed, never bring them up to your ears, unless I tell you otherwise. So I want to do roughly, about 5 on each side. If you want to do more, by all means, go for it. Okay, stepping up. So that's all for the band. Place the band on the floor. We're going to go into our warrior series next. So starting off with the mountain pose. Now if you remember from the warm-up, we have our thumbs facing forward. And we're just going to check in to start with. It's all data, it's all checking in. So you can go left and right, seeing how things are feeling, how much pressure you put on one side more than the other, whether you're favouring one side more than the other. I need to think about lengthening as you breathe in and out. Think that you're getting taller. Keeping the thumbs facing forward, so we're opening the chest. And just see if you can go up and down onto the toes, onto the heels, checking in front and back, the toes nice and long. Lips together, teeth apart, breathing in and out through the nose. So we're going to go into our warrior, we're going to check how much space we've got first. So bring your hands up. Now you can have your hands up, hopefully you can see. I'll bring my arms down like this. You can have your hands up like this or like this. I prefer them like this because it just closes the chain, tells the body that you're okay. So you're gonna, if you want to, you can put them together like that and bring them up. And then again, we're just gonna look at space in the waist, leaning to one side and leaning to the other side. If you need to, you can bring your arms down. Have a stretch if you need to, bring them up. And lengthen, creating space in the side of the body. Shoulders are relaxed, don't bring them up by your ears. Good, now bring them down. Going to go into warrior two. And I'm going to do this one followed by a triangle. So similar to, if you've done yoga before, you know Warrior Two. It might be a little bit different what we're doing here. So turn one foot out. You're going to bend the right knee, and knee kind of tracks over the second toe. Your arms are out, and think lengthen, 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 and you're leaning in. And then let's just go up and down a few times, yeah? Lengthen through the upper body, arms are reaching, just stretching, kind of massaging into the hips as well. Okay, and then we'll go down. I want you to slide your hands down the back thigh and just arms up, extending up, creating space, a lot of space that we're creating. Make sure there's no pinching, and then come back up, again to Warrior Two, and then go again, reaching up, lengthen, and back, lengthen through the right side of the body, and back, and lengthen. Okay, and then we'll go to the other side. So you can support yourself on your thigh and you're reaching that way. Okay. And then reach. Good. So this time creating length through this side of the body, down into the leg. Okay, last one. And then staying on this side, we're going to go into our triangle. We want to prep for it first. So legs still in the same position, but let's straighten the legs. And imagine that someone's playing tug of war with you. Okay, so you're being pulled one way, pulled the other way, gliding your thorax on your pelvis. And then, this is kind of similar to our extended Warrior Two. We're going to go down the thigh. If you wish, have your hand on the thigh, or you have your hand on your shin or your ankle. You're reaching up with the other arm and looking towards that other arm. You go as low as you wish. Yeah, we're looking at creating space and length rather than performing a perfect triangle. Okay, so come up. Now we'll go down again. And up. So we're not doing too many static holds, because motion is lotion. Sit. Going down as far as you wish. Good. to swap sides. So let's just check in, see how we're feeling. So hands can go up. Just checking in side to side. How are we feeling one side to the other? This is a bit of a strength job as well as a stretch. So one side might feel like it's worked a bit more. Pivoting your toes out. I'm going to go into warrior two again. Bending the front knee towards the second toe so it's not going in or out. Stretching into the hips. Going up and down. One hand on the back of the leg, reaching up. I'm going to alternate this time. I'm going to go from reverse to extended. So reaching then overhead, lengthening both sides. Coming up, reaching up overhead, and sliding down the back. Other side. Creating lovely space again. Think about the space. Just alternating through. And this side might feel easier, it might feel harder, it might feel a bit more restricted on one side more than the other. Okay, last extension. Bringing it up. So be steady, be purposeful with these. Let's bring the arms out, and again we're pulling side to side. Straighten the legs out a little bit. That tug of war, gliding the top over the pelvis. Good, and then sliding the hand down, can be on the thigh, on the shin, on the inside of the ankle, reaching up, looking towards your hand. And then sliding up. Do 5 of these. That's 2. Creating space, reaching up towards the ceiling. And 4. Again, if you want to hold these for longer, you can. And again, 5. Sliding down and up. So bringing the feet closer together. Let's check in with that side bend. Seeing how one side feels compared to the other. Is there more space on one side? Keep breathing through. Good. Let's bring the arms down. I'm going to go down onto the floor next. So make sure you've got your eye pillow or jandal or whatever it is you want to use, and your Pilates ball and your cushions. I'll see you down there. Okay, make sure you've got your jandal handy. We're going to do a cat-cow. We're going to focus on the whole spine. So our cat-cow usually have hips above the knees, hands below the shoulders, and we're tucking the hips under. So we exhale, chin to chest and rounding through the upper back, and then we go up, inhale, Opening up, shoulders away from the ears. So it's quite focused on this part moving, and we do want to isolate that. But starting off with the full movement first. Exhale on the way down, inhale on the way up. And then, this is where the isolation part comes in. Grab your jandal or whatever it is that you've got. Let's find this works well. Place it on your kind of waistband, just above your hips, and we're going to focus on the thoracic spine. So this isn't moving, so you're just doing the upper back. So you might feel this move, you're not fully tucking the tailbone in, okay? It's going to be something heavy enough that you can feel it. So you're going back and forth. If your wrists are feeling any pain, grab the cushion and you can place it under your wrists. This is why two are handy. That might take some pressure off of your wrists by raising them up. So it's a bit tricky to do this without moving the bottom half so much. Once you've done that, we're going to move it up and we're going to place it kind of around our bra strap, and now we're just doing our neck. So everything else is staying still, bending our head down, looking up. And then let's look left and right, so keeping everything still, left and right. We're not moving the shoulders, just the head. Checking range of movements. And then going back to center, and we're just moving now the lower back. So the upper back staying still. Just moving that back and forth. Isolating that area. So working full body, just in different parts. Inhale, exhale still. Good. Okay. So once we've done all that, bring that down, and we'll just go back to bringing it all together again. Just checking in, seeing if things feel different. Now you've isolated each area. Your cushion handy though. Just going to place it on our back again. So we go into child's pose. So leaning forward, placing this jandal on around your bra strap again. You can rest your head on the cushions, and your arms out. And you're going to breathe in and out, sending the breath to where that pillow is, the jandal, expanding through and then relaxing. Okay, and then removing that and sitting yourself up. Okay, good work. Now you're going to need your Pilates ball, your deflated Pilates ball. Grab a couple of cushions and then grab your Pilates ball. So the first one is going to do kind of a thoracic spine bend over the ball, and you're going to place it about here. And before we lie down though, I want you to do another check-in. So place the ball down, let's sit here. So just let's check in with how we move from side to side. Just place your hand on the floor. Think about the stability of where you're sitting. So your sitting bones are on the floor, little triangle between your sitting bones and your tailbone. Place one hand on the floor, reaching up overhead, and just reaching across, checking how much rotation how much side bend you can do. And the other side. So just comparing left and right at the moment. Okay, and then let's place your hands across your chest. I want to check how far you can rotate. So we're not pulling ourselves around. This is how far you can actively rotate. So in an ideal world, we should be able to get our shoulder between, so about here. I'm feeling particularly stiff today. And then you go to the other side. Is one side more flexible than the other? So remember that feeling. I can probably get to about my knee, whereas ideally you should be able to get to your ankles. Place this around bra strap height. As I said earlier, it should be around 50% inflation, but you will know if it feels too uncomfy, then deflate it a bit more or blow it up a bit more if it doesn't feel like enough. Have a couple of pillows here just so your head's not collapsing on the floor, and have your arms out in front. So make sure your shoulders are stacked one directly above the other and your hips are stacked one directly above the other. While you're here, let's just start relaxing over the ball. So taking a big breath in, sending the breath to where the ball is, and then just sigh and relax. So you're doing kind of a passive side bend here. And let's just move that up a little bit for me. Hopefully you can see that just there. That's better. Just letting yourself relax over it. And then, and this is where I've realised I'm in the wrong position, let me move down. And move on a slight angle so I've got a place to reach. Okay. So with your one arm down by your side, going to go up, overhead, up and down, relaxing onto the ball still. So you can lead with your thumb. One more. Okay. might need to reposition if you need to, if you feel like it's not enough. And then what I want you to do is you're going to reach forward. So we're starting to roll back and forth on the ball, reaching forward and then pulling back, opening up like a bit of an archer, pulling back, reaching forward, getting some rotation, reaching back, and reaching forward. That's it. Good stuff. Let's do one more. Reaching forward and back. Let your arms rest on top of each other again. Now next one is an elbow rainbow. So you're going to place your hand just around the back of your ear. And again, we're rotating, going forward and backwards. So rolling forward as if you're going to tap the floor. If you can't tap the floor, don't worry, but try to tap the floor. And then you're rolling back. Again, if you can open up and tap the floor, that's the aim. If you have tight pecs, like I do at the moment, then you might not be able to reach. But this is really going to stretch out those pectoral muscles. And down, hand stays glued to your ear. Take your time. Remember, never go to a point of pain. If you feel a nice stretch, then that's fine. With any pain, stop or reduce the movement, reduce the range. Okay, so bring the arms now. I'm going to go up overhead and down. We'll go around behind us and down. Let's go behind, first. Make sure you've got more space than this. Set. Around. And then go the other way. Up, back, down, up, back, down. Good. So just roll yourself off the ball and then sit yourself up and just check in. So we're going to do our side bends again. So how are we feeling this way compared to that way? Now let's check our range of rotation. So rotating one way, rotating the other way. One feeling a little bit freer than the other. I'm going to move now to the other side. So again, placing the ball around bra strap level. Head on the pillows. Hips stacked, shoulders stacked, one arm out in front of the other. And you're just breathing in and out, expanding over the ball, relaxing as you breathe out. Okay, have one arm out to the side. Now let's go up and down. Feeling as you move, feeling your body move on the ball. Remember, you can always adjust it, so that's a little bit low for me. I'm going to move it up a little bit. That's better. Carry on, up and down. Okay, bringing the arm forward, reaching forward, moving now, moving the upper back, massaging through, opening up, rotating backwards as far as you can go. Reaching forward, reaching back. How's the breathing going? So you're feeling these stretches. Make sure you are still breathing in and out through the nose. Okay, coming back, placing your hand on your elbow. And let's do a rainbow, so rolling forward, tapping the floor, rolling back. If you can, tap the ground. If you can't, just go as far as you can. This is always going to feel different if you've got a pillow under you, but you should still get a good massage through all the muscles in between the ribs and in your thoracic back as you rotate and come back. One more for good luck. And then let's do some circles. Bring your arm down. We're going to go up, back, and down, up, back, and down. Massaging up. This is just a really yummy stretch. My favourite is coming up, but this is my top 2 for this week. So then let's change direction. Back and down. Back and down. Okay, so now we've done both sides. Let's sit ourselves up again and see how you feel. So, leaning over, and leaning the other way. Things feeling a little bit easier, not so tight as I move now. And then crossing the arms over. Rotating round. So I'm going a little bit further than before. How are you feeling? So our next one with our ball is looking at thoracic spine extension. We're very good at flexion, at that curling over as we're looking at our phone or typing on the computer. So now we're going to look at opening up and going backwards and working our extension range. But to check in, let's just place our hands on our chest. We're going to do kind of a seated cat-cow. So while you're sitting here, just make sure you're nice and tall. You've got that equal pressure again between the tailbone and the sitting bones. Feel the length in the spine, and then what I want you to do is you're gonna exhale, go down, then inhale, come up. Like if we were doing a cat-cow now, hands and knees. So inhale, exhale. Just checking how much range we've got, how much we can actually go back. Taking chin to chest, going forward, coming back. Good, okay. So get your ball and your pillows. And what we're doing is, let me just make sure I'm all set up. There we go. Placing it again under our back, around our bra strap level. Now this may feel more firm than when you're on the side. It might feel less firm than when you're on the side. It can be a bit of a shock to the system. Let's just straighten out the legs. Make sure the body's nice and straight. And you're just breathing in and out. So never experience pain. If it's too much, pause the video and deflate the ball a bit, or inflate if it's not enough. And if you wish, you can place your hands in like a little triangle in your pelvis area. Breathing in and out through the nose for a bit. Just focus on that. If you have that breathing all right, you can place your elbows on the floor. Ideally, if you can, place your hands on the floor, arms straight. And let's just relax over it. We want to tell the brain that the body's okay. So a big breath in. Send it down, but also send it into the back, squashing the ball a little bit with your breath. And as you breathe out, let's sigh out. As you're sighing, you're relaxing. Checking in with yourself, seeing where feels a bit tight, if you feel any tension. With no pain, if there's any pain, deflate the ball a little bit more. Okay, so sighing is quite good for this one because it's just going to tell us that everything's nice and relaxed. We're going, that feels good, even if it's a little bit uncomfortable, not painful. Uncomfortable's fine, not painful. So I'm just going to move it up. Be careful when you're going in and out of this range. There we go, that's a bit better. Our next one is going to be a shoulder protraction. So we're going to bring, just getting comfy, bringing our elbows up, our arms up, elbows on the floor, pushing our hands up, hands, palms facing each other, pushing up, and then bringing our shoulder blades back, as if we're trying to squeeze the ball between our shoulder blades. Pushing up and back. Again, still sighing as you breathe out. Big full 360 breath. Good stuff. And then once we've done that a few times, we're then going to just again massaging, going back and forth. So feeling our back move around on the ball, everything's being massaged a little bit. Again, make sure you're not hitting anything like I am. checking the range of movements. Make sure you're not reaching with the lower back. Make sure you're not overarching or moving. Then we're going back to lifting our arms overhead. Starting off with our palms facing up. We're going to go up, get overhead. If you feel like you're starting to go an arch, stop where you're feeling that arch. And then back down. You are going to move around on the ball, but you don't want to be over arching. So do a few with our palms facing up. This internal and external rotation, the hands is just going to change how we are as well. It's going to open the chest, because often if our shoulders are forward, if our pecs are tight, we are going to have our hands forward. So by opening our hands, externally rotating and having our palms facing the ceiling, just opens everything up a little bit more. Now move again. With our palms facing the floor, reaching up and down. So you might notice that one way your back wants to arch a little bit more than the other. Okay, and then we'll just do a couple more. So we're going to alternate now, going up and down, checking in, and then palms facing down. Let's bring the elbows out and I'm going to reach up and down, similar to when we're doing the shoulder protraction. Reaching up and down, and you have the palms facing in and out. It's really going to open up the chest. If you've got tight pecs, you'll feel a pull across the front of your body. Reaching up and then sinking in, relaxing in, up and down. And then imagine you're hugging a big beach ball. So arms coming up and you're going around, almost kind of getting the fingers to meet and then open. Hugging the beach ball and open. Hugging the beach ball and open. Again, opening up the chest. So if this is tight, talks to the back, and then the back ends up feeling tight as well. Okay, and then we are going to stretch the arms up. Give yourself a hug. So reaching up, crossing your right above the left, or whichever one feels comfortable. And let's bend the knees. So we're going to go left to right, keeping the head still. Moving the upper back, overall massaging separately from the hips. And then let's start to move the head and neck as well with it, going the same direction. And then let's do opposite direction. So looking right, moving left, looking left, moving right. Nice and steady movements. Okay, coming back to center. Reaching up again. Swapping sides. So now right hand lower than the left, or opposite to what you just did. Moving left and right, keeping the head still. As far as you can. And then starting to move the head and neck with it. And then moving the body to the right, head stays to the left. And then body to the left, head moves to the right. Good. Couple more. Last one. Either side. And then let's just bring your arms up and out to the side again, palms facing up if you can manage it. Straighten the legs out again. If again you feel like you're arching your lower back, just bring your knees up. Big breath in, expanding down into the pelvic floor, filling into the back, pushing onto the ball, and then sigh and relax. Ooh, sorry, I had a fly stuck in my head. Telling the body, telling the brain that your body's okay. Okay. So, getting off the ball safely. Don't flex and roll up. Let's roll to the side, because it has been a lot of work for the upper back. So let's just roll to the side and gently push yourself up to a seated position. We're going to go into our cat-cow, our seated cat-cow. Just checking in how we're feeling. So hands on the chest. How is your spine feeling? Are you feeling taller? Almost feel like I've grown an extra lung. Everything feels a bit more spacious. So big breath in. Inhale, exhale, coming forward. Gently exhale. So inhale, coming up. Moving back and forth. Okay. So that is the end of our focused work for week 1. There is a guided relaxation in the next video. I do recommend that you go over there, just give yourself a chance to chill out. If there are any questions, let me know in the group and tag me. And this is a good class to do in conjunction with a daily walking habit. So get out for a 20-minute walk, and that will help just to help with mobilizing the spine. It will help with heart health, bowel health, pelvic health, and brain health as well. So enjoy, do this a couple of times a week, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.